I haven't got a fucking clue what I'm doing. Dearest only fans who've tuned in to watch me eat, that's Mister. Hey guys, in today's hotly anticipated episode, I deep throat this whole thing. No, we're looking at these side panels again. I've done a little bit of prototyping since I've been away. Not since I've been away, since I came back. I've done a little bit of prototyping, trying to get an optimal mounting method. So you catch me at a point where I've pulled together a bracket, and I'll talk you through this in a little bit. But I think I've got a solution, a mounting solution that allows me to have this mounted the way that I want, still leaving room in the inside for a potential tool roll or toolbox that can get mounted to the bracket that I've made. So, God. Yeah, so today we're going to just pick this up, putting this idea through its paces. It's all prototyping at the moment. The likes of this, because I've now got split molds, I can remake this. So I kind of want to just work with this dummy prototype thing at the moment, just get it as far as I can until I'm really happy, get it mounted, get this little bracket mounted on the bike, and then go from there, to be honest. So yeah, you pick me up at a point where I'm going to be completing off the prototyping. I'm going to try and mount this to the bike, mount this thing to the bike. Whether or not I permanently fix it or not, I'm not sure yet. I've having split minds about the battery box. I don't actually think it ever needs to come out again, so I might just tack that in place, especially with this going on the side. But we'll get you up to speed once I finish my tasty ice lolly. See you in a sec. No, this is for OnlyFans. This is different. Okay, so ever since I made these side panels, I've had difficulty in thinking about how they're going to get mounted. So they need to sit true within this triangle, but they also have to sit in far enough, and more importantly, they have to match each side. But when you look here, there's not a lot of areas to try and mount this to. A lot of half-assed jobs here, but my initial thinking was a bracket of some kind, but it all got a little bit complicated. You were making a bracket that was kind of hanging off here, and then how did you mount it to this side panel? Because this is all made in a mold, there's no mounting points as such. So after a few different iterations, I came up with this funny looking gizmo, which I think I should be able to mount. Oh shit, I bet it's just fallen off of it. I should be able to mount here, and the logic behind this is I'll weld this to this, I'll make an identical one for the other side. What it means though is, where the hell is it? I need to find that. I 3D printed, so I've made a little bit here for a nice spring clip to go on. That goes in the bottom, so that will be attached to this somehow on a mount. And then these bits at the top, once I find the other one that I've clearly just lost, these are just little nubbins that kind of go in and will be a press fit into something. So what I need to do is make brackets that will mount to the inside of this, with corresponding holes for each of these mounting points. So that's what you picked me up today, so I'll show you. So my thinking is, because this is fiberglass and I've got some fiberglass, I was just going to bond. I'm going to cut out some more brackets, and then whatever the mounting option is, whether it's this here, then I'll drill a hole and put a rubber grommet in, and then I can fit through there, and then I'll mount it to wherever it looks like it's going to meet up with this. Same with this here, I'll mount something to the back side of that and then put it into here, and I'll bond it in with a few strips of fiberglass and then hope that it bonds to the existing fiberglass. This may work, it may not work. So that's pretty much what you're going to see me doing for the next little bit. Once those are all bonded in place, we'll then have a trial fit on the bench, and if that works, then we'll move it over to the, what do we call it, the bike, and then try it with the bike. And then if that really works, then bingo, all I have to do is probably remake the side panels. So I'm really happy with the final quality of it, and then mount these to the bike themselves, mount these to the battery box, TIG weld them in place at a few points, and that'll be nice to make sure that they're even on both sides. I've actually made another one already that's partially done, it's not finished yet. I've started making another one already, so hopefully this works. Hopefully it's an enjoyable video. I need to find that part that I've dropped, or I'll need to go 3D print another. This is a bit like a labyrinth, this bloody garage. If you drop something, it's difficult to find again, so yay. We'll load up a metal montage. Hope you enjoy, guys. Catch up with you in a bit. Okay, so probably didn't see much there, but I've just tried to bond these mounting points in. That's always going to have to be done after the fact. We'll see how it goes. I'm not entirely sure, so I'm going to leave this for a couple of hours for that to set. I'm waiting on a new exhaust for my Indian showing up, so if that turns up, it could be quite a timely because I would shoot a video for that, for changing that and get that live on my channel. So so yeah, I'm also 3D printing another couple of those nubbin things, just a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. It was good getting fiberglass out, so we'll pick this up in a couple of hours and see how we get on. Okay, we're back. It's a few days later and I've discovered a mistake. Well, not really a mistake. It's only really presented itself after I tried to fit these things up. So, put these tabs in, which is absolutely fine. Although what I didn't think about was how far these tabs were going in versus the shape of. Fuck, where's this thing going again? I did find the other side of this. Never mind. We don't need it. This whole thing's going. There it is. Go in the bin. Anyway, that was meant to sit on top of there like that, but whatever. Right, when I put this in, what's happened in reality is it looks like they don't line up, which they clearly don't. I'm going to put this down 2 seconds. It looks like they don't line up, but when I initially had made this, they were actually meant to sit further out. So if you look at that, if it was to sit further out, it would sit bang in the centre of that bit, and likewise round here, it would sit in the middle of that hole. But unfortunately, because of insetting them too far deep and the profile, it means that, so I always knew this was going to need modified anyway, mainly in the how long this is going to be. So there was always a sacrifice with this first one getting welded on with this little bit. I've got plenty of 6mm rod though, but the reason I made these caps removable was because there was going to be a bit of jiggery pokery until I got them happy as to where this would sit on top of these, if you imagine on the bike, until I could then chop the length off this and then bond this to this a bit better and have a more permanent fixing. But this means this is a little setback, which is a bit annoying. I know I have to reprint these anyway, but I was kind of hoping to get this trial fitment. What I was working on now is just a little side bracket that's gonna, so one of the issues with bonding this as well is that it's actually doesn't really seem that strong, as you can hear, and I'm not going to be forcing this, but also it should be stronger. And all I've done is bonded fiberglass to that, and I thought it would be a bit stronger than that. Maybe I've been retarded. I probably have been retarded, but yeah. So what I've done now is, I think what I need to do is, I've already got another mold here to make repeatable side panels, and that's for this. That's for the opposite side. I'm going to go and chuck on a 3D print to print this side again, because realistically this is the side that's easy to work at and everything else. So what I'll do is I'll reprint another mold over the next couple of days and get that sorted, so I can then, or I might haul these out. My issue is, right, once I commit to this, I'm pretty committed, because this gets welded in. I mean, I know I can stick it in, or I can tack it in, or whatever, and that'd be fine if it ends up not being right. But I'd rather it be right the first time, which means I'd rather just make sure that these bits are in as good as they can be, and they fit nice and flush, and I've got plenty of mounting areas for this little shit to go in here. Yellow. I've got these grommets that I bought a while back. Feels nice to be doing something again. I'm sick of these side panels, by the way. I think I mentioned that at the start of this episode. So I've got like a little grommet here. I wonder whether that's a bit tight. Is that a bit tight? It probably is a bit tight. That's a 12.7, 15.8mm hole. That's too loose. It'd be too loose unless it's a bit tighter in this. I'm just trying to find something that fits, that gives me a nice rigid firm hold onto this. Possibly this would work if I drill a hole, because then it would compress it a little bit. But I mean, the easy part is I just modify these outer ring bits, either to be smaller. If I make them smaller, for instance, there's DPD with some stuff for me. I need to reprint these bits anyway. Shut up. So that's fine. What I'm thinking is I'll just get these grommets to have a tight fit. So I'll make sure that it's slightly bigger than that size there, and it'll get a nice fit, and then it'll pull out again. Never pull out. So we're almost there. We're almost there. I'm just a bit deflated. I can't wait for these side panels to be done. And they're going to look good. They will look good, and I'm going to be worth it after all this. So whilst that 3D printer is printing, what I'm going to do is I'll make another quick video for making the fiberglass base for the seat pan. That needs done as well, so might as well get that done whilst I have a few hours. And there's a few other wee videos I'd like to get sorted as well. I have got my carburetors back. That's another video I'm going to try to sort before I go away. I've got my carburetors back from Gus, so stay tuned. They look really badass. They're all painted in black now, and I've got some rebuild kits for that, so we'll get there. If anyone got any tips actually for bonding fiberglass bits to fiberglass, I've seen fiberglass bonds to fiberglass, that's why I used that, but it didn't do a very good job. It didn't give me a very strong bond, possibly due to the profile of that shape. This made it maybe a little bit stronger, having two mounting points on each side of the corner, so hoping that might work out a little bit better. So, but yeah, anyone got any hints? I've seen some different chemicals. If you've got any usages of those chemicals that worked successfully in the past, then let me know. Until then, take it easy, guys. Like, follow, subscribe if you can be asked. I recently released another video, you can see somewhere around here, of me out in the Indian, cruising some good roads in Scotland, so have a look at that if you want. Me and my friend Tom were out in his Audi R8, so that's going to be part of another video series. My shop is on its return. Hopefully after a long hiatus I'm going to get that sorted. So take it easy, guys. See you soon.